Welcome into the PHNX Coyotes podcast, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. We have a very special, different, exciting show for you today. If you're listening on audio, stop right now, head over to the PHNX Sports YouTube, because this is when you're going to want to see with your eyes. And I just don't even know how to bring it in.
Canine Chaos.
Canine Chaos.
We have 4 French bulldogs, all belonging to Coyotes families, in studio today. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by introducing Ciel Armstrong and Stanley Baxter. We have Crazy Doan and Theo. We have Claire Stewart and Valley celebrity Butterpig. Sorry, and Gina Gostisbehere and Louie. We're going to get each one of their stories eventually, but I got to start, guys, by asking, why French bulldogs and why is it so prevalent in this organization? Anybody can chime in here. Free for all.
I don't know. I saw them when I was in like the 9th grade. One of my friends had one, and she was like the oldest, funniest looking little creature ever. And when I go over to her house and the dog would walk in the room, I would just start laughing. So I always kind of wanted one. I thought it's kind of hard to have a bad day when your dog's like so funny looking, you know?
Ciel, you told me that your dad, Bill Armstrong, the general manager of the Coyotes, has always wanted Frenchie. It's always been the breed.
Well, so in lockdown, my sister and I were like begging for a dog, because I feel like that was just the thing that everyone was doing. But I'm actually allergic. So we were trying to look for like a hypoallergenic dog, and Bill really wanted a Frenchie. And then eventually,
or William, as your mom calls him. So.
And then eventually, as we moved down here, he just sort of took it upon himself, and he's like, we're getting the Frenchie. So here we are.
Gracie, you got to tell the origin story because it's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Well, when my brother Josh moved out, my mom took it pretty hard because she, Josh is the fave, and she got Theo as a replacement for him. And so that's how he came in. We call him the comic relief in the family because, he's a special guy.
So he's a replacement.
Yeah, he's a replacement for Josh.
Okay, and then Louie's origin story, please, Gina.
Oh, Louie. Well, we have 2 other French bulldogs at home. Louie's the baby. Shayne wanted Louie. I didn't want a third, but here we are.
So only one of the dogs is here, though, right?
Yes. I split my time between here and Connecticut, so the other 2 are in Connecticut. But my parents don't want to watch this one, so he's the one who makes the trip. He's a troublemaker.
My goodness.
When did you guys become aware that there were so many Frenchies throughout this organization?
I think over the summer, I was talking to your mom,
Yeah.
and we were laughing so hard because one of our friends in Philly sent a text saying that you guys were coming here and you had 3 Frenchies and we'd get along great. And then I was talking to Kyla, and she's like, we lead the league in Frenchies now. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Let's just start. We created some player cards for each of the dogs today. So let's start with Louie if we can. Is that all right?
Yep.
Jacob, or do you? Okay. Okay.
All
So
right.
you can see some of the titles there. So why don't you walk us through some of the things that we discussed on the phone earlier, some of Louie's personality traits.
Oh, Louie's personality traits. So we always say that we didn't really socialize him that much because he has an older brother and sister. So he's not the friendliest with other dogs, but he's doing better here today than expected. He's a big people person, doesn't like sharing. And yeah, his favorite store is Target. We do take him there all the time. We put him in the cart, and it's so funny because there's like a little slit at the end, and he looks through it. He doesn't look over, he looks right through.
Now, why is Louie the one dog that's in Arizona while the other 2 are back home?
Yeah, like I said, my parents don't like to watch him. He's a troublemaker. He always has to be put away by himself during feeding times. And he just is loud too, barks all the time, snores really bad at night. He's just a handful, so.
We have some video of Louie that also shows his siblings in there, so we can take a look. Oh, there you are.
Yep, that's Louie at breakfast. We like to take him out with us to eat. He sits at the chair.
Oh, that's so
They
cute.
all love to hide in the weirdest places.
Oh, there they are.
Those are his siblings.
So which one's which? Which one's Cooper?
Cooper is the beige one, and Pippa is the grayish blue one.
Oh my gosh.
And that's another little Frenchie sculpture we have at home that he barks at 24/7.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
How often do they get together? How often do they see each other?
Pretty often.
Yeah.
This is only the second time I brought him out here.
Okay.
So usually they're all together in Connecticut.
So how's he adjusting to the desert?
He loves it. It's so dog friendly here, so I feel like we could
Yeah.
just take him anywhere.
Does he go to restaurants too?
Yeah, goes to restaurants. We always eat outside. We always get him his own chair.
He sits up at the table?
Yep, sits up at the
We
table.
need a photo of that at some point as well. Leah, did you have any questions?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. When did you get your first Frenchies, the Pippa and Cooper?
Oh, yeah. Cooper was the first. We got him when Shayne and I were in college. I want to say it was like 7 years ago. We got Cooper. And then Pippa came a few years after that. And then Louie 1 year after that.
Oh my gosh.
3 dogs.
Yeah.
What kind of chaos is that when they're all together?
It is chaos.
Yeah.
They play so funny though. So like we always said, like we wanted to get a second just like for her to play with Cooper. Like watching Frenchies play is hilarious. It's just snorting and rolling and hitting in the face, and they sit on each other, and it's chaos, but it's a fun chaos.
Oh
All right.
my gosh.
Well, let's move down the line. I think everybody probably knows by now. Butterpig Crouse, Valley celebrity. I like to think that I had a small hand in creating his celebrity status when I wrote a
Absolutely.
story on the dogs a few years ago. But at that point, he already had his own Instagram page, so it's not like I was doing that much. People already knew. I think most Coyotes fans already knew who he was, right?
It's funny. I
Yeah.
started the Instagram page more as like a joke, like amongst like us and friends, and I'd like put funny pictures of the dog up doing like just silly things. And then fans started following it, and then the team sent me a message, and they're like, "We want to nominate him just to submit him for the NHL awards, like or the fan choice one, sorry,
Right.
for Dog of the Year." And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. I think it's hilarious if he's like nominated for that before Law even is." And then
Mm-hmm.
of course McDavid's dog's in the same category. So like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's Cutter
But-
McDavid. So.
Yeah, he won in my mind.
So I have obviously followed Butter's life for a long time here now, and some habits that he had earlier in life are gone now, including, can you talk to us? You're the one, Lawson. Lawson's in studio, actually. You're the one that told me about the Zoomies, which apparently
They're
doesn't
such a
do much
treasure.
anymore,
They're
but
such a treasure, right?
You
I
got-
think you guys all gotta know
We all
what the
do.
Zoomies, right?
can you walk everybody through that who may not know what the Zoomies
It's
are?
like out of nowhere, they just are like full of the devil. Like they just look at you and then take off, start running in circles. He really wants to go see
On the
Law, I
move.
think.
Find a move.
They take off and they just run in circles all over the place. Bang off of walls, jump up on the couch, hit one end of the couch, keep going. And
What's on
it's
your
just
face?
like less than a minute long. But you know, he did a really good one like 2 days ago. We were laughing really hard. We're like, we just told everyone you don't do this anymore. Come here, buddy.
All right,
Just on the move. Okay, goodbye.
as we talked
To
about
Dad.
earlier, Butter has become a Valley celebrity. He was out at Skating for Leighton, and I saw the photos of him basically posing for the camera.
Yeah.
Did I read that right? I mean, because it really looked like
He was.
he knew the cameras were there.
Yeah, we were laughing pretty hard. I actually have a photo. I've got to send it to you. My parents were with us, and they took a picture of Law and I walking the dog, and then Kelsey,
Yeah.
the photographer's laying on the ground taking these pictures, and it's Law and I laughing, and Butter just step by step like this, curling his feet up, like, yeah, he really pours it on.
All right, now that Lawson's in studio, I'm going to ask this question. Have you thought about getting a second one?
I think about it almost every waking minute.
So what's stopping you, Claire? I gotta find out. What's up?
What's stopping me is about 6'4" and across the room. We do want to get another dog though, in all seriousness, but I think we want to get like a big boy, probably adopt some type of big dog.
Oh,
I know
that's
he really
nice.
wants a shepherd. He grew up with them. Frenchies are kind of just like a good compact size to get for traveling back and forth, like London to here.
Yeah.
I can take him in flight with me. I just would feel so bad like putting a dog underneath.
Yeah.
But yeah, we live so far away from where we play, so he made a lot of sense for travel. But yeah, that's eventually definitely want to get a big one.
So what are the new habits? What's Butter into these days?
Perching. He likes
That's right.
to sit in the highest
We have
point.
we already put the Butter player card up?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is perching?
Yeah, we gotta
Tell
find
you
this
all
out as
about
well.
it.
I think they all do
Buddy.
this actually.
Yeah.
He likes to be on the highest point of the couch or the table or anything, so he can view the whole room. All of our furniture has like dents in the top of it, from where he
It's like
lays.
cats do that.
Yeah, and like there was a period of time too, just where we were renting in the summer a couple years ago. He would sit on the top step to look out the window all day. Like he just needs to have a good aerial view. Yeah.
He seems really calm.
Yes.
Is it just because he's so used to being around crowds of people all the time, or is this just his personality?
I think it's his personality. Like right away when we got him, he was super cuddly. He'll sleep like right up, like at our necks, and like he doesn't see, like he's not very aware of his surroundings, like ever. Like he's not too easily bothered. But we took him on car rides right away. I would bring him everywhere I went to just because we got him here, and Scottsdale is so dog friendly.
Yeah.
I guess they don't want pets like left out in the hot cars, but he goes into the mall. He goes into Target. He used to go to the grocery store with me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's well
We
socialized.
have some video
Okay.
also of Butter. And I need to know about this.
Yeah, we got to find
yeah.
out about the house.
Yeah.
What is this? A house inside your house?
Yeah, so that's Butter's house. When we were looking for a house back home, we fell in love with this one. And then in the basement, there's like this children's playhouse, like built right in. Like it was like part of the construction. And it was really cute, but we've looked at it and we're like, hey, everything's great, but the basement, like maybe we'll just rip that out and like put like a bar in or something like fun for us and friends and entertaining. And then like right away, we're like, oh, never mind. Like we'll keep this. Like this is Butter's house. Like we played with him down in the basement. Like that's where all the carpet is, where he would get his zoomies. And I mean,
So he liked the house right away. That's why you
Yeah.
decided to keep it.
and it was just like, it's just so funny too to be like, yeah, that's Butter's house. Like my mom made like a street sign for it. I can't remember what she called it, but we've got like little Frenchie decorations on it. There's a little teeny tiny mailbox. There's a beanbag chair in the main floor. He has a tenant. There's a beanbag chair and an Xbox and a monitor. So they share it from time to time, but the upstairs completely.
What's that?
He lets my buddies sleep there.
Yeah,
Oh
when
my
his buddies come over, they sleep in Butter's house. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. You jump in whenever you have to do
Oh,
another
no,
read.
I'm
I
good,
know.
I'm good.
All right, let's
We
move
need
to
the loudest Frenchie
Yeah.
in the room by far.
Yeah, Theo Doan here with Gracie.
Yeah, hear him coming from a mile away.
Do we have the player card for Theo?
Yes.
Okay. Can you walk us through some of these things? Your mom was hilarious on the phone. By the way.
Yes, so yep, definitely Josh's replacement. His name was originally Theodosia because when my mom adopted him, she thought he was a girl. Like that was the plan. She wanted a girl French bulldog. And on the car ride home, my dad picked him up and flipped him over, and he's like, "Andrea, this is not a girl dog." And so then his name got changed to Theo. And, he's just a little blessing in disguise. And I've never had a dog like this in my life. French bulldogs or something else. That's...
Was the plan always to get a Frenchie, or were there?
It was definitely last minute. It was my mom's solo project. She kind of just decided she was getting a French bulldog one day, and a couple
Okay.
weeks later, there he was.
Were you looking at other breeds? Were the kids looking at other breeds? And there was some pressure to get a dog, right?
Yeah, there was
That's what I heard.
definitely pressure to get a dog, and I think she looked at some other breeds. Like we have a Labradoodle, so I think she was thinking of getting another one of those, but they're just so funny. Like you can't beat how funny they are, and I think that's what we needed at the time, so he was the perfect choice.
Okay, there's some habits. I'm not sure how much you want to divulge about some
Oh,
of his main habits, but I'll leave it up to you, Gracie. You told me over the phone, so I figured you were comfortable.
Man, yeah. I don't know if your guys' Frenchies do this, but do they do the itch thing with their paw?
Yeah, or they drag across the entire time.
Yeah, they just...
Oh god.
Yeah, so Frenchies can't really use their teeth to scratch themselves, and they have short little arms, so they have to find creative ways to just rub their body on things, and it's quite entertaining. We have lots of videos.
Oh my gosh. We also have the video of so were you surprised by Theo? Was it a surprise to you
The
guys?
box on the table.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I was in college at the time, but
Okay.
my siblings, yeah. they
Okay,
were
so we
definitely
have the video of the
Oh my gosh.
reaction to opening the box. Oh my gosh.
He's
Yeah, this is
getting
a great
emotional.
video. And this is your dad shooting it, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Gosh, he was
little
such a
baby.
cute puppy.
They are so
I know,
cute.
they're
When
so
they look
cute
like little
puppies.
mice.
Oh my
my
gosh,
God.
there he is as a puppy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
wow.
Oh
Theo, do you remember that? He was so small.
my gosh.
Has he ever met the horses?
I don't believe he has met the horses, actually. The other dogs definitely have, but I don't know how they would react to seeing him. Animals are normally pretty taken aback by his presence
Yeah.
because he looks like an alien. So I would love to see him meet the horses. It would be hilarious. Just
So does Theo get out much? Has Theo met some of the other Frenchies?
Oh yeah, he's met yours, right? And has he met yours?
I don't know. They
No?
didn't meet. No.
Okay, I have pictures of our Frenchies together that my mom sent me.
Yeah.
And she was like, Theo's afraid of other French bulldogs, of course.
It's pretty scary with
Yeah.
other dogs sometimes.
How did that first meeting go?
Sorry.
I don't actually think either of us
Either
were
of us
there.
were there.
Oh, okay.
I only seen pictures, but
Yeah.
There's always like photos floating around. Like
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
everybody texts each other pictures of the dogs.
yeah.
So they've met over social media.
I've actually heard stories of that first meeting, but
Oh,
I'm not.
really?
I'm not going to share what actually happened in that first meeting because it's a
Oh.
little embarrassing.
Oh no.
We'll leave that one out.
Theo, what did you do?
That was off the record. So. All right, we'll move to UCL and Stanley Baxter. We have the player card for that as well. Now,
That's so cute.
yeah, that's a great photo. First off, the name. I think it's pretty clear where it came from, but can you run us through that as well?
Yeah, so we got the dog just when we moved to Arizona, and we wanted the name to be something that represents our family. And Bill obviously led the Blues into winning the Stanley Cup, so we thought that was just a really special thing to commemorate, so we decided to go with Stanley.
And your mom said it's also the goal here, so it's sort of a
Yeah,
dual-purpose
exactly, yeah.
name.
This is just a reminder of our goal of what we want to accomplish here, so hopefully Stanley can help us bring the Stanley Cup to Arizona.
Explain Baxstrong to me.
Yes, so my mom's last name is Baxter,
Yeah.
and Bill's last name is obviously Armstrong, so they like to make it a little bit of a nickname, so they kind of combine the two, so Stanley Baxstrong is what we've got.
All right, some of Stanley's habits. What can you run us through?
Oh gosh, I mean, he goes through these crazy modes where he's just ball of energy, and he'll just run around until like someone plays with him, and he just runs around the whole house and will like pick up toys and like want you to play with him, and then he'll just crash, and then normally I'll just be like either doing work on my bed or reading, and he'll just sleep by my feet. He really likes to snuggle, but yeah, he's really cuddly.
Do you have any other dogs?
We don't. We're
Okay.
hoping to get another Frenchie that's in the mix right now, so fingers crossed, because we want to get Stanley a little buddy to play with.
I was helping in that regard. I was
Yeah.
trying to convince your mom that every dog needs a buddy in the house.
Exactly.
Looking at you, Lawson Crouse, just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
but,
wink,
you know,
wink.
when you leave the house, who are they going to hang out with?
I know.
You
He
need
gets
somebody-
really
Put
sad.
TV on for him.
We
like
do
all the
too.
time. But we like pick the show. Like, we
What-
don't have to
what
turn
does
it
he
on.
watch?
Yeah, we're like the
When I leave to go to the games, he watches the games.
Oh
I
my
know he
gosh.
Yeah, he watched his son's game last night. We were there.
Are they allowed to come to the Coyotes games ever? Do they?
Stanley's been. I've seen pictures.
Yeah, we
too.
actually have
been with
video.
We have
Yeah.
video of
Yeah.
Stanley
Yeah.
at a Coyotes game.
I know
Yeah.
that I could just drive
Oh, there
down
we
the
go.
dock and walk
It's
in the door
in this
and bring him in the
video.
room.
It's in this.
Oh my
video.
gosh,
That's
there's
oh my
baby. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
There's nothing cuter than a baby Frenchie. Oh my goodness.
I know, they're so cute. I would love to bring him right down to the glass for warm-ups, show him where Dad works.
Yeah.
I think we need to make that happen.
Yeah, I think we need to
Pucks
do a little
in
more.
my
I think Butter,
Pretty much
Butter,
need to
we're
get
gonna
'em all
see in
there.
the studio. Butter, come on.
Oh, Butter is on the run. There he is at
Oh,
the
there it
game.
is. Yeah.
So cute.
Oh my gosh.
Louie's
Oh
been
my
to an
goodness.
NHL game too.
Wait,
Yeah?
Yeah, we took him in Philly. Well, I kind of snuck him in Philly.
that's
Nice.
so funny.
Did you say you snuck him in?
Yeah, he just was in my little purse, and we just walked right in.
When we pull into the parking lot, people are always like, "Where's Butter? Where's Butter?"
That's so funny.
Butter is
I-
on the loose
I don't
in the
know.
office,
I
by
think-
the way. He's
I
just
think
on
the
the
guys
go.
would give him a hard time.
Butter's
if I
signing
dropped the dog.
autographs in the next studio, I think.
I know we should. It'd be so funny.
Butter's on the move.
Oh.
Hi, buddy.
Maybe I should have left the leash on.
Come here, buddy. Come on.
Oh,
You
it's
wanna put it
fine.
in? You wanna put it in? Yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness, this is so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, well before.
Their shapes are so cool.
Oh yes, just make yourself.
Go ahead, Leah. Do the read right now.
Just
I
make
want to hear
yourself
this.
comfortable in my lap. Oh my
Butter,
gosh.
look what you started.
Okay, well, while all this is going on, before we move on, I just want to tell everybody about the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And this week, new customers who sign up using the promo code PHNX can bet $1 on any NBA team and get $150 in free bets if that team wins. Existing customers can bet on the NBA with same-game parlays. So if you want to ride the Suns, they're hot right now, you can do so at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. So be sure to sign up using that promo code PHNX. Bet $1 on any NBA team, get $150 in free bets if they win. That's 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Oh my goodness.
All right, I got to ask some questions that are probably going to embarrass the NHL personnel in the room and maybe watching. Let's start with you, Ciela. How is Bill with Stanley?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, he's been wanting a Frenchie since I think forever. When I first met him, he has been wanting a Frenchie. So this is his baby. He absolutely adores Stanley, and Stanley absolutely adores him. Whenever he comes home from work, Stanley's rushing to the door to greet him, and he loves playing with him. So yeah, they have a really special relationship for sure.
Okay, you got to tell me, does your dad do baby talk with the dog?
I don't know if he's watching. I don't know, but not too much, but definitely sometimes, yeah.
Jacob, have we already shown that photo of all of them in their cowboy hats?
Oh no, I don't
Oh,
know if we
gosh.
have that
Uh-oh.
photo.
Well, I'll put that one out later.
We'll put it on Twitter.
You know, I may have held it because I may have thought, this might be blackmail material for Bill later, so I'll hang on to that photo. So he does baby talk, doesn't he?
A little.
Oh my
All right. How is Shayne with Theo?
So if Shayne had his dog of choice, it would have been like a bull mastiff or some kind of dog that could like herd cattle like on a farm. So
Sure, that makes sense.
French bulldog is not necessarily his cup of tea. He wasn't thrilled about Theo at first. He doesn't do the baby talk, but I will say one time Theo ran away and we couldn't find him for a couple of hours and his eyes looked pretty glossy. So, as much as he says he doesn't like Theo, he got a little bit emotional when we couldn't find him. Hugged him pretty tight once we got him back.
So he's a convert.
Yeah, I think so.
How does Josh feel about being replaced by a dog?
At first, he was a little bit offended, but now Theo spends like 40% of his time at ASU in Josh's apartment.
He's wearing an ASU collar,
he's
by the
wearing
way.
an
Yeah, which
So-
is rivaling the U of A.
I know.
Yeah,
over
we got-
here, yeah.
So I think him and Josh are actually pretty close now. So,
So
it's
what does he do with Josh at ASU? How does that work?
They brought him to the rink, so like while they were practicing, they just shut him in the dressing room, and we were like, it was so funny. There's so many pictures of it. All those boys are obsessed with him. Like Theo loves getting in the car because he thinks there's a chance he's going to ASU to like get more attention than he ever gets at home just by like an entire team of boys.
All right, Butter-in-law. He's in the room.
I
I think
know,
we have
I'm
a
being
photo of Butter literally
supervised.
sleeping on
I
Law
don't.
Yeah.
somewhere in these files.
We
but-
were all these photos we will be sharing
Yeah.
after on our Twitter. So.
I'm chopped liver compared to the dog. He walks in the door and he'll be like, "Hey, hi, Butter. Hi, Butter. Good to see you. How are you? How's your day?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm good." Yeah, they're pretty close. He'll text me on the road too and be like, "Oh, I miss you and Butter so much," or like, "Oh, send me a picture of the dog. I miss the dog so much." He's a good dog dad.
Yeah, I do the same thing when I'm
Yeah.
on the road.
Actually,
Gotta
we
have
went.
photos of the dogs.
We went to the Phoenix Open last weekend, and he must have looked at me 3 or 4 times and been like, I should go now and go let the dog out. And we've been gone for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and then finally after like 4 hours, he took a cab home, let the dog out, fed him dinner, played with them, came back,
Oh my
He'll leave all the
gosh.
time. We'll have like a party or something going on, and he'll leave and come back just to make sure the dog's okay.
Aw.
Yeah.
Good dog dad.
Did he just did one lap at skating for Leighton? Is that what you
Yeah,
told me?
I really didn't realize the size.
That's like
of
5,000
the-
steps for him.
Yeah.
Or more.
So he did one lap and he made it. He was really good. But that was it. Other than that, it was just like sensory overload. So many people petting him and.
Yeah,
He is
Yeah.
a local celeb.
no
for
doubt.
sure.
Louie and Shayne, let's hear it. He's back in the corner,
Wow.
terrified right now.
Honestly, Shayne is the biggest mush for our girl Pippa. They're inseparable. But yeah, baby talk, yes. He sings to them.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
He's just the biggest mush with them. But Pippa definitely his favorite.
Oh.
What's the relationship with Louie like?
It's funny because he's the one who wanted Louie, but Louie's definitely the mama's boy.
You can tell just by how
Yeah.
he's sitting. He's so happy. He looks like he's smiling right now. So cute. Oh my goodness.
So have you guys tried to pressure anyone else on the team to get a French Bulldog? You think this is a growth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I always tell Liam O'Brien's fiance to get a dog because he kind of wants a dog, and she babysat him when I went to watch their game in Denver. And she's like, oh, he's so fun, but he wants to be a human so bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, was he good? She's like, he was so good, but then when I went to bed, he just sat beside the bed screaming. I'm like, well, that's because he sleeps in the bed. Like, he wanted up, he wanted to go to bed. So she went out and slept on the couch with him.
How big of an issue is snoring for all of them?
I've finally become immune to it, but sometimes you wake up. Do you ever have it where you're sleeping and then they just decide to aggressively eat their foot?
Yeah.
And then you're like, what are you doing? Yeah, they lick their feet so often. That's what wakes me up. Or that, or if they start dry heaving.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that gets me out of bed.
No,
It's feeling
Stanley's
like-
a huge snorer, and so sometimes I'll try to just push him towards the edge of the bed so he's not as close to me, and then he just nuzzles in there, and I'm like, I can't sleep when you're snoring.
This feels like therapy. A French Bulldog support
Yeah.
group here.
Yeah, everyone sharing their struggles.
What are the most annoying habits that they have? That's probably one of them right there.
Snoring,
Oh.
Snoring is it.
farting.
Yeah.
No, this one, if you stop petting him, he starts crying at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
So
my
we'll be petting him
gosh.
and then stop and he'll be like,
Oh,
isn't he cute, butter?
these three look like they can be related.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, how much do you miss having the other two around when you're here?
Oh my God, I miss them so much. I can't even imagine how much Shayne misses them, but
Yeah.
I miss them so much. We'll have a nice family reunion once the season's over.
Bring them all down, Gina.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
Okay. Well, guys, I cannot thank you enough for doing this. This is probably the most insane thing I've ever done in my
Yeah.
journalism career. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got to meet all of them and all of you. So this was really cool. Thanks, guys,
Yeah,
for coming on your
thank
day
you all
off.
so much.
Yeah.
Seriously. It means so much to us to have you here. We'll be tweeting out more photos
Yes.
on our Twitter account at PHNX_Coyotes. So check that out today. Give us a follow if you haven't already. Be sure to subscribe to GoPHNX.com as well. Like, subscribe, follow wherever you get your podcasts. Again, this is a video. If you just listen to this on audio, good for you, because I don't know how you made it
No,
through.
you gotta watch this.
Go to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel and watch this for yourself, because then you can see the chaos. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, and we're going, before you guys go, we have gift bags for
Yeah.
all
No
of you.
way.
We
So,
do have gift
and I
bags.
got, I like to think that I think about these things, but I blew this one clearly. Because my wife said last night, well, do you have gift bags for them? I'm like, what? They're just coming in for the show. She's like, oh my God. I text every one of them, asked their favorite toy, asked their favorite treat.
So funny.
And then we hit 4 stores last night. So
Oh
we
my
got gift
gosh.
bags for you
Oh,
before you
thank
go.
you.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for doing this.
Brought you guys lunch
Yeah.
rollers.
Yeah, thank you. And check out the PHNX Sports Instagram as well. There's a lot of behind the scenes footage of them there too. So thanks so much, everyone, and we will see y'all tomorrow.